So how do the effects of PCBs, PAHs, hexavalent chromium, etc., how does that compare with the pollution from the sewage and such? And in a word, in a few words, not very closely. Worrying about getting typhoid fever from raw sewage floating down the river, or worrying that the salmon runs are going to be extinct at this run or this season because the water level is so low and so warm, those are very different issues than the bioaccumulative types of chemicals that are there now, and how do we deal with that, and the fact that they're embedded in the sediment. Another thing I kind of alluded to, but I guess didn't come out as obviously, but things like the sewage and the pulp and paper waste, as long as we don't consider the dioxin that was in them, those are all water column waste too, predominantly. The waste that we're dealing with after Tom McCall, after the Clean Water Act, after Superfund and beyond, it are the wastes that are more harmful and more fundamentally in the sediments, in the benthic life, in that level. So they do get into the water column, but they're less fundamentally in the water column. So, to paint a rosy picture, what are the things maybe that might happen? Who knows? Is that if this book, if it does decently enough or what have you, then maybe a press would say, hey James, why don't you write a more detailed history of the 1975 to present dealing with those kinds of chemicals, and then I could spend 85,000 words on that alone, and that might do some areas justice.